Hello and welcome to this video series where we're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Gamejam of 2023. And this time we will have a look at Elnath Labs by Tifaroo and Lotus. You wake up in a destroyed lab with a strange machine attached to your arm. What does the strange device do? Where are you? And how do you get out of here? Yeah, looks very interesting. Voxel art. It's made by via RPG in a Box, Magica Voxel, and Adobe Photoshop. I actually got an RPG in a Box license by the developer, I think. But yeah, the issue with that is that you can't just like dedicate 5 hours into that and then expect to have something come out of that. Even if, like for a video, I think I would need to spend much more time for that, and I don't really have that. But it will be very interesting to see with this game as an example what you can actually do with that engine. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what Elnath Labs has to offer. Let's jump into it. And here we are in Elnath Labs. Let's have a look at the options. This was the standard setting, so I will just keep it now. I'm using so you can switch between AZERTY and QWERTY, and I guess that this only is necessary for the movement and that Y is not used, because in German, German keyboard is QWERTY, where basically it's almost identical for the letters, just that the Y and Z is exchanged, but I can also swap around, so that's also not an issue. So I keep that off because it's off here, and mouse sensitivity we can adjust later on. So let's start a new game and see. Elnath Labs. Alright, do I need to click? Let's click. Now I've got the loading icon. Where am I? What is this weird device on my hands? I should take a look around. Press H for help. Alright. Step left, step right. Crouch. Crouch. Okay, interesting. Abilities and interaction. F. Swap dimensions. Space left, interact. Okay. I. Inventory. K is keycards. Okay, well, H for that and U for crouch. Interesting. Okay, turning is fine. The movement forward, I think, is too slow. So what is that? It looks like there's a keycard sticking out of their pocket. The device on my arm is doing something. What just happened? We killed it. So we are in some kind of laboratory environment. And maybe he was already dead and just crumbled. K is... okay, keycards. Nice. And this is maybe also a great time to talk about the perspective. I already always like if you have like a couple of walls. We can go in there maybe. Yeah, this is perfect. So we have a wall left and right of us. We can... Wood! Who is attacking me? Okay. Smile! You're on camera. Okay. There's one other guy running around. Okay. So we can see some wall on our right side. We cannot see the floor, but might not be necessary. Maybe the tile size is a little bit small, but I think that works. Regarding the movements, yeah, that's not great. So the forward-backward movement is too slow. And same for sidewards movement. And you also cannot queue up movements. So you basically, and this is more of an issue with slow movements, because it adds time on top. So you basically move forward and you really have to wait until the whole movement is executed, because if I'm pressing a right mouse button, not right mouse button, I'm pressing D, but nothing is working. And let me show you here, like forward and forward, forward, right, forward, right, right. That is not forward, left, forward, left. So we really need to wait basically until we arrived, and then we have no issues. But as soon as we press that before we arrived, it's basically ignored. And this is just, yeah, unnecessary. It is a lot of work to implement that, I see that, but yeah, it makes movement much smoother. And let's check some toilets. And the slower the movement forward is, the harsher the impact will be. However, this game has a very tank-like smooth movement. So at least there is no slowdown, and you can exactly tell when the movement is finished. In some games, it's like you have an accelerated movement, you're basically starting slow, then you make a jump forward, and then you are slowing down again, which makes it even harder to wait for exactly the right time when you can turn again. All right. Yeah, keycard I don't have. The environment here looks really nice. I like this, like the voxel art here. It looks very detailed and simplified at the same time. And yeah, this is looks like I need a screwdriver to open this. Yeah, so the perspective, the graphics, I think they are pretty cool. Some music would have been nice. The guy is still running around here, so I will not try. Keycard I don't have. So we need a screwdriver or another keycard. I might need to get into that room with the guy in there, but he will probably kill us. Hello. I guess this is all under maintenance. Okay, it's probably closed. Oh, we also cannot open the door. Well, this is a good thing, because that means that we also don't need to go there yet. There's someone inside. Let's try to avoid that for now. So that if there's if we find a screwdriver or something somewhere else. But I don't see that. We only have the keycards here for lab 1. So what? Occupied. Okay, so we can't do anything here. Oh, that water looks pretty refreshing right about now. Ah, and we healed. Okay. Yeah, but this is also something you kind of need to know where you're able to heal, right? Because it's not really, you only can heal on the one mirror. This is dirty and this is clean. Okay, cool. So we are healed up. But now we need to find a screwdriver somewhere. let's investigate everything from the start. So there is pretty much nothing. The door requires a key card. This is unlocked. Okay, yeah. We don't have a screwdriver for that. We can't go into that door. This one is also still closed and we can't do anything. Now we can close the door by clicking on the right side. Okay. Maybe there's something here on the toilets. Unlocked? I didn't see that before. Well, it's listed as unlocked. What? I think there's someone standing there and we might be stuck there. Yeah, it's saying unlocked, but I can't go there. And previously we got attacked. So likely there is someone in front of that. But why can't I open the door if it's unlocked? These were all locked. Yeah. Okay. And we also can't do anything with the other... swap dimensions. Okay. And we can just freely swap dimensions all the time. That's a bit weird. I mean, fine, but... No, okay. So these things are blocked here. Then we need to re-investigate the rooms. Die! Yeah, the style is very cool. Are these open here? No. Can we swap while we are in? Yeah, we can. Okay, that's maybe not the best idea. So it should probably be checked whether or not the tile is blocked on the other dimension. Okay, so this is also closed. We can't go through there. Let's check the toilets. Mm-hmm. What? Ah, okay. Yeah, we're not supposed to be there. He's got a keycard in his hand. Okay. Cool, cool. Before we go further, I like to check out the other areas as well in this dimension here. So these are all closed, and we also cannot go through them here. And this is probably also, yeah, blocked. Okay, so we have a keycard now. Let's see what we can open with it. Uh-huh. This is a cafeteria. The tooltip of the door was incorrect. It was saying like the user needs a keycard, which I don't have yet or something. Which obviously I do have now. Okay, so this is just an empty room basically. Ah, okay. Nice. Okay, the animation stopped of these voxels though. So it was only doing that a few times. Okay, let's jump into the other dimension again. These are still not growing or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And a new keycard. Okay. No keycard for that yet. Uh-huh. Die! Okay, before we move further, we should probably heal up. Mm-hmm. We still have no weapon. Okay, it's just the other side now. Okay, next one. Alright. Oh, that looks like something I could use for a weapon. It would be nice if I could actually take that then. Pool cue. A long cylindrical piece of lacquerated wood used to play pool or snooker on a large green table. Ah, nice. Okay, cool. But before we do anything else now, let's first go back and heal. Yeah, if you don't find out that you can heal there, you've got a problem. Okay, that was close. Some cables. Okay. Yeah, I should really not risk anything, so better heal up every time I take damage. The book shows a list of maintenance tasks needed to be done around the facility. There's an enemy crawling around here. Oh, there's something. No, maybe not. So now it would be nice if I could see the floor. And there was something broken with the movement, so that it automatically moved forward. But once I moved around again, it fixed itself. Ah, a keycard. Nice. Okay, before we go into a new room, it's time to go back and to here. This is not working yet. Maybe the very first one is working now, or this. No. No. Nope. Let's go back then. We can't open that, yeah. Head admin's office. Okay. Also not working. There's also a cafeteria. Ah, okay, cafeteria, storage room for food. Oh, a screwdriver. Nice. Okay, got a tool now. Can I close here? Nothing else we can pick up? No. Before I go there, I will check out if I can do anything else here. Okay, there's another enemy. Rusted shut. Look like I need to some force to get it open. But here we can just unscrew it. Okay. Crouch was H right. U, okay. Now we can't open that one. What? Okay. We better move back and heal. And then we can also test these. Unscrewed. U. Okay, this is just bringing us to the other side. Nothing else. Oh. Ah, two of them. Okay. Well, if they don't want to approach me. Uh-huh. I don't take any risks. Don't think that you can save here, can you? Actually, you can. Wow. Okay, game saved. So we can maybe take some risks. Alright. We haven't been here yet. Security office. It seems to be a white, furry creature with black horn and sunglasses. Uh-huh. This room seems to be empty. Let's jump over. Still empty. Yeah, nothing. Ah. So this is something where we might need to get back to open that thing. Okay. Can we? But there is. I can't go further. Okay. This is open, but here we can't use. You can't click on that. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go back for healing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be nice if the movement was quicker. That would be much more enjoyable running around. Alright. We got this. Uh-huh. So we need to disable that thing somehow, I guess. What the... Yeah, I think the game sometimes has issues with checking for who can attack what. So we had that in the beginning in the bathroom, that we were attacked through the wall. That seemed to be something similar. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, this is too much, too upfront. Okay. No aliens running around here? Or whatever these creatures are. Ah, right. So this was that room from the other side. I think we are through with most stuff. Of course, we can crawl into this into the storage room thing. These are still closed, and this door. Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the poster shows a cat hanging on a branch with text beneath saying, "Hang here." Uh-huh. Not sure if that's supposed to tell us anything. Upon closer inspection, the boxes seem to be full of rubber gloves. But we can't take anything, right? I don't see any interaction there, so... Mm-hmm. What? Okay. These are rats. But they don't hit us. Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh. And we got a knife from this nice rat here, which was maybe experimented on. Oh, yeah, there are rat cages. That's cool. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's go into inventory. We have also a baton. I don't know what's doing more damage. Asymmetric T-shaped weapon made of metal carried by the security guards in the lab. An extremely sharp and small blade used for creating incisions during surgery. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's split into keycards and other items, but obviously it's not really checking for anything specific. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have been here already. Actually, when we are here. He just locked himself in. Alright. Okay. So now we checked everything. This might just be cosmetical. So in this, I'm not sure if this was supposed to actually. Ah, he's got a keycard in his pocket. Nice. Okay, so we have one more keycard. And now we just need to find this one more door. Maybe this one. One line reads, calendar malfunctioning is a tricky job because you get fired for taking a day off. Ah, manufacturing, not malfunctioning. There doesn't seem to be anything, so let's check out this. The only legible line reads, so as you can see, the year 2053 in the Roman calendar corresponds to the year 2000 in the Gregorian calendar. Not sure if that's super helpful. Probably not. There's nothing we can use. So that room was rather pointless, I think. We didn't get anything from here. But there's another one. Head scientist's office. But we can't get in there. Weird. So, I mean, I would assume that we get something from that room if we just unlocked it with that other keycard. Can't open anything there. No. Nothing. Maybe this was a tip we need to use later on. 2753. But I didn't see anything where we could have entered that. So okay. We can't go in there. We have this one locked door remaining. And of course this laser barrier on this side here, which we also can't go through here. That was a reminder. Now we are in a block. Yeah, that's completely blocked off. Nothing we can do here. But here we had this button with some kind of protection on that. Maybe we need the other weapon. No, not doing anything. Yeah, so at that point, I don't know anymore what we are supposed to do. So we have the lasers, we can't go through that. And that other door. And we opened one door, which was completely pointless. It feels like there should have been something. Under maintenance. Can't do anything with that poster either. Oh, it actually crouches automatically. Okay. Maybe there was something which we could reach by crouching. But I don't remember there was anything like that. So the last key card we got in that room, right? Maybe there is another tool I'm missing, like a little hammer or something to smash in this window, the glass, not window, the glass for the button. It feels like this would be like the logical thing where I would need to do something. Hmm. A locker. Oh, maybe something is somewhere in a locker, but why was I able to... another baton. Well, that's not super helpful. No. Nope. Nope. Okay, and here? Yeah, we can't check it. Nope. Hmm. Yeah, I'm really out of ideas at this point. We still can't pay him a visit. We can't do anything here. Yeah, I think I will need to check out the walkthrough then. I don't see any way where we could still try something. I mean, obviously there's the button. And this one door. There's also no hammer or anything we can take. Nope. There's also nothing. Yeah, no idea. So let me check the walkthrough and see how we can possibly progress here. 1 second. Alright, and I think I found the solution, and yeah, it's a bit maybe it could have been a bit more obvious, but let me show you. I think it was this way. Yeah, so this button, right? There wasn't not just this button, there's also this thing which I didn't see. So yeah, and now we can type in the code, I guess. 53. Now this is open. Let me save, but maybe this is already over now. We can't go there. Nope. And that's it. Alright. Design Tifaroo, programming Lotus. Thanks for playing. Yeah. Yeah, they are like in terms of gameplay, I think there were two things which the player should be pointed towards to. The one thing which I basically only found by accident was the mirror, and then at the end this keypad. They are a bit too hidden and kind of essential, and I can imagine that if you don't see the mirror, it can also be very frustrating, as you might then think yeah, and that you can switch between the dimensions right away, because that's also something which is not obvious. Yeah, but this is just like details in terms of gameplay. For the perspective, I mentioned it's pretty much well, I think the view is a little bit too much forward, could be a little bit back. The biggest issue with navigation I have is that the forward movement is too slow. So if that was just cut by, I don't know, 30% or so, that would be much more enjoyable. But otherwise, yeah, and that it's not queued up is also not ideal. You can hold the forward button, so that's at least something. The graphics, they are pretty much perfect. I think that engine is really powerful in that regard, that you can hardly run out of style, if that makes sense. Because this engine probably has a very, like, one pixel is or one cube is always this specific size. And so everything naturally has to match together. And this makes a very consistent visual aspect of the game. And that's very nice. So everything looked like it perfectly fits together. I don't know how much of that is done by the developer or how much was taken from external. But how this world is looking, that's just perfect, I would say. From the audio aspects, I think the game should have really had some music. That would have helped a lot. Like some music over here, and at least one track in this world. I don't even remember that we had them the last time. Do we still have all the keys? Huh. Maybe something is also broken. No, I can't move anymore. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Now it's broken. That's so after a playthrough, probably not everything is perfectly reset. But yeah, that's not a big issue. Yeah, art composition, sound composition. The theme implementation was also pretty good. So it had both dimensions. I think with music you could also have a bit more of an emphasis on this dark dimension, like make it more spooky. But I think it was already pretty good in like having this dimension with these aliens and everything is dirty and so on. So that was also pretty cool. So overall, I think that was a nice entry and a great demonstration also about the RPG in a box engine. So pretty nice. And if you want to check out this game, you can find a link down in the video description to the itch.io page and the jam page for all the entries, and then you can check for for Elnath Labs by Tifaroo and sorry, I need to check the other name again. Tifaroo and Lotus. And if you're interested in seeing more videos, you can also check out the playlist on the video description, where I will add all the videos I did so far. And if you want to get informed about the new videos I publish, you can also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. And with that, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.